Some civilizations didn't collapse. They were erased, not by fire, not by conquest, not by invasion. Erased, and one of the most advanced civilizations on Earth vanished without a trace. But it wasn't always silent. These streets once echoed with footsteps, with voices, with life. Children ran through the alleys. Merchants argued over trade. Smoke rose from rooftops at sunset. They watched the stars and mapped the heavens, believing the sky moved with the same order as the cities they built below. But memory is not the same as presence. Over 4,000 years ago, in what is now modern-day Pakistan and India, a civilization emerged along the great river valleys. It was called the Indus Valley Civilization. At its height, it was larger than ancient Egypt, larger than Mesopotamia, spanning hundreds of settlements. Its markets were alive. Craftsmen, traders, families. Every seal carved with deliberate precision. Thousands of people lived here. Families gathered at sunset, thriving in structured harmony. Their boats traveled beyond the horizon, connecting distant lands. They were not isolated. They were global before the word existed. Children learned symbols pressed into clay, a writing system structured and intention, a language we still cannot read. Their craftsmanship rivaled the greatest of the ancient world. Polished stone, precision in every detail. This was not primitive but refined. Civilization thriving in balance. They built cities in perfect grids. They had indoor plumbing, private wells, sophisticated drainage systems running beneath the streets. Water flowed with purpose. Waste was managed with precision. Every brick standardized. Every structure aligned. Workers aligned bricks using rope guides and stone weights. Straight streets, measured blocks. A civilization built not on spectacle, but on system. Water was controlled, measured, distributed with remarkable understanding, thousands of years ahead of its time. Even ritual spaces were designed with intention. From above, their cities look mathematical, engineered, almost modern. Some of their innovations would not reappear. For millennia, history does not always move forward. Sometimes it forgets. Families roamed around in a city that was clean, structured, functional. And yet, something was missing. No towering palaces rising above the skyline. No massive temples built to glorify gods or kings. No grand monuments carved with tales of conquest. No clear kings, with no evidence of a single supreme ruler. Power was not centralized. Perhaps it was shared. Perhaps decisions were made collectively. A society organized not around one voice, but many. In an age ruled by emperors and pharaohs, they chose something different. The difference remains one of history's greatest mysteries. Then, around 1900 BCE, something changed. Homes were left intact, pottery still on shelves, tools resting where they were last used. The streets stood open, doors unlocked, no resistance. The marketplace froze in time, scales tipped sideways, goods left untouched, no burned walls, no mass graves, no evidence of invasion, just silence. A silence so complete, it swallowed the city whole. Imagine a moment when life simply stops. No warning, no battle, just absence. Even the animals wandered alone. Cattle drifted through empty courtyards. They searched for the hands that once fed them, for footsteps they knew by heart. But no one came back. The silence was complete. Not the silence of night, not the silence before a storm, but the silence of something that had ended. Some believe the rivers began to shift. The lifelines of the civilization grew weaker. Water receded. Fields dried. The earth fractured under relentless sun. Climate can erase what arms cannot. Others suspect tremors beneath the earth. Subtle shifts in the crust. Movements too small to notice at first, yet powerful enough to redraw the land itself. The river, faithful for generations, may have carved a new path, quietly abandoning the cities that depended on it. Their script has never been fully decoded. Their words remain beyond our reach. Among the ruins, archaeologists found small seals and tablets, each marked with short lines of symbols. The signs are not random. They follow patterns. Some appear again and again, suggesting names, titles, or official marks. It is clear they were recording something, perhaps trade transactions, ownership, religious ideas, or administrative records. Yet its meaning remains silent. Advanced societies do not always fall because they are weak. They fall when the world changes faster than they can adapt. Entire civilizations can vanish, just with silence. For centuries, they were forgotten, until the earth began to give them back, brick by brick, a single seal, small enough to hold in a hand, heavy enough to carry thousands of unanswered questions. Today, these objects sit behind glass, preserved, catalogued, observed by millions of curious eyes. Yet even now, they are seen, but not fully understood. What if they had endured? If their cities had continued to grow? If their rivers had remained steady? If their systems had survived the test of time? Would their methods of planning and governance have reshaped the ancient world? Would the balance of power in the ancient world have looked different? Instead, their cities emptied. Their script fell silent, and history moved on without them. We look at our cities and believe they are permanent. Skylines of steel and glass. We assume they will always be here. But rivers still change. Climate still shifts. The ground beneath us is never truly still. From space, all civilizations look temporary. Even the greatest cities reduced to faint patterns on the surface of the earth. The Indus Valley teaches us something uncomfortable. Civilizations do not always fall loudly. Not every ending comes with fire or invasion. Sometimes they empty slowly. They fade, and silence becomes their final chapter.